Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Josh.
And I'm Nathan.
We are the Nuvo brothers. We're here at our tasting room in Long Beach, home sweet home, headquarters. We've got a great video lined up for you today.
We're talking about cooking with olive oil, smoke points, and the best uses.
Olive oil has been with us for thousands of years. Yeah.
What an ancient food it is.
And what an amazing food. But despite that, there's still so many misconceptions with olive oil.
Well, it's such a special food, and it's so mysterious. Really doesn't surprise me that, it's one of the most adulterated food products on the shelf. And there's just so many misconceptions about it.
There really is. And Nathan and I, we sometimes giggle because we're in a great position to be able to clarify a lot of the misconceptions. We've been on this journey for 12 years. We've been around some of the top producers and millers of the world. So we've been able to gain all this amazing knowledge from, some of the leaders in our industry. And so it's a great privilege to be able to get people the right information. That's what we're doing right now. We want to make sure that you're getting the right information, so you're using the right products in the right places and getting all the great benefits from that. And so I know one of the things that we get asked all the time at the market is, can you cook with olive oil?
And a lot of people would say you can't cook with olive oil.
Yes.
And of course, in the Mediterranean, for thousands of years, this is the only thing they would cook with. And of course, the Mediterranean diet, the blue zones, some of the healthiest diet known to man.
Yeah, so
we're going to get into the science behind it.
Let's dive into it.
So what is the smoke point?
The smoke point is when olive oil burns. Easy, as simple as that.
You got a bunch of black smoke coming out, and you're essentially killing the life that's in the oil.
Yeah, you're burning it. It's called a burn point or a smoke point. It's when the olive oil goes from something amazing and life-giving and full of flavor and full of beautiful things to give you to burnt ash, which you don't need that in your food. So smoke point is not something that you can only see, but you can measure it. And what's so great about today's technology is that we don't have to say that olive oil is not suitable for cooking. We say olive oil has a smoke point of 425, right? You want to compare it to another oil? No problem. Guess what? You can find out what the smoke point is, right? And it doesn't have to be a debate. It doesn't have to be, a narrative or a story. It's this burns at this temperature, this burns at this temperature. Now you can make your choice. Am I going low and slow on my stove? Do I need an oil that can stand up to a higher, hotter flame? Right? Now you can start making informed decisions and putting the right stuff into your body. So smoke point is the most fundamental thing to know when you're choosing an oil to cook with. And olive oil is a great choice.
Yes, olive oil is a wonderful choice to cook with. Most notably the flavors, but also the health benefits.
This takes us to the conversation about virgin and pure and other, pumice. It takes us into the conversation of other types of oil because, what makes extra virgin olive oil so revered is that, like you're saying, it's extracted without the use of solvents or chemicals, or, it's a natural extraction. And so typically, in order to get a higher smoke point, you have to remove more of the things that burn, right? And the things that burn are going to be things that are alive. So the more you remove of things that are alive, the higher your smoke point. But now you're getting a product that, isn't that great for you. All that to say that, what makes extra virgin so amazing is that it's extracted and produced in this very clean, healthy way, and it's still able to reach a smoke point about 425, which if we compare it to, let's say, canola oil has a smoke point of about 400. So, even though we think of canola oil like the choice for high heat cooking, a very good extra virgin olive oil actually has a higher smoke point.
The olive is the only fruit that can be cold press extracted without any carcinogenic chemical solvents. And that's really important, because a lot of people think they're being healthy using avocado oil or coconut oil. And an avocado or a coconut off the tree is beautiful. I love the coconut water. And pouring olive oil on those avocados, delicious. A little bit of salt and pepper. But if I hit the avocado or the coconut with a hammer, boom, only flesh is released and no oil is released. As opposed to the olive, if we hit it with a hammer, the oil is released and it comes out. So it's the only fruit that can be cold pressed, extracted, clean, natural, without any hexane, carcinogenic chemicals, which wreak havoc on the human body. The whole purpose of eating clean food is to avoid putting cancerous, unnatural, foreign things to our DNA in our bodies.
Yeah, exactly. And it just really reinforces how amazing extra virgin olive oil is. And it goes back to what we were talking about earlier in the video, which is, just because something's been done for a long time doesn't necessarily make it, great for us. And so it's great that today our technology allows us to say, hey, in order to extract this into an oil, we can either do it naturally, like with extra virgin olive oil, or look what happens when we try and get the oil out of, coconut or avocado. Now it requires this extra step and an extra, product that you just don't really need. So it kind of leads us to the question of, how is it that, we get bombarded with all these different types of cooking oils, canola, palm, coconut, avocado, pumpkin, I don't even know, right? You can go down the list.
Seed oils.
Right, all these different seed oils, but, from a production standpoint, extra virgin olive oil is the cleanest in terms of making that oil for cooking, and it has one of the highest smoke points, right? So it's crazy that this narrative has taken a hold where people come to us, right, olive oil experts, and they tell us, you can't use this oil for cooking. And we're like, we can? What about, let's not, we can get into all the science, obviously, that should, right? And then we've got all the anecdotal evidence, right? There's just so much that supports extra virgin olive oil being the oil of choice for any cooking you do under about 425 degrees Fahrenheit.
A university in Japan did a study on heating all different types of oils. And they found that no matter what, any oil while you're heating it is going to decompose in the pan and release volatile toxins. It's always best to go low and slow because you're going to retain much more of the vitamins and minerals.
Just like anything that's alive, whether it's olive oil, broccoli, or whatever, if you burn it or if it's too hot, you're going to lose everything that's good about it. We've just gone over the way extra virgin olive oil is made compared to other oils. We've compared their smoke points. We know that the more you refine something, the higher the smoke point, but the less life there is in that oil. Yeah, it's unfortunate that, we read a book about food adulteration, and one of the products that they talked about was green tea, because green tea was one of the first products that was moved internationally. And it just seems, unfortunately, that the longer humans have worked with a product, the longer we've had to come up with, different versions, offshoots, bastardizations.
And then making it more shelf-stable so that it can travel halfway around the world and sit on boats and docks and warehouses and shelves.
And you still slap that label on it, oh, it's green tea or extra virgin olive oil. And then the consumer thinks, oh, I'm getting, all that good stuff.
Burn.
Exactly.
It's just not fresh and it's not real.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, not even made with olives.
Yeah, exactly.
So a pro tip, if you're looking to cook at high heat, you can always use a little bit more olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, and add in a little bit of ghee or dollop in a little bit of tallow. And the beef tallow or the ghee will give you a little bit more strength, give you a little more high heat. So you're trying to sear a steak.
That's right. So hopefully you all learned some good things. Obviously, we just want you to make good choices for yourself, for your family, for your friends, when you're cooking. And hopefully this demystified some of the unknown information when it comes to olive oil and cooking with olive oil and comparing it with other different olive oils.
We want you guys to make good choices.
Yeah, that's right.
And we want to hear from you guys as always. reach out to us on any of our social media platforms. Give us a call.
Leave a comment below. Tell us what you'd like us to talk about. If there's any burning questions,
We'd love to hear from you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Can't wait to see you again at the next episode. And as always, stay healthy, friends.